If you get on these vehicles, you still have to pay attention. Like, they're not just going to be like, hello, thanks for getting on Oasis Plus a couple months ago. We
Sure.
have a job for you. You know, it's just not how it works.
Federal agencies are changing how they buy, and if you're an IT professional or service firm, this shift can either unlock $1 million opportunities or more, or quietly shut you out, right? Today, we're breaking down what's the difference between Oasis Plus Phase 2, why a lot of IT-only growth strategies are starting to stall, and what winning firms are doing to position themselves the right way. So Sarah obviously is our expert here at SAS-GPS. Sarah, you've helped companies win 8 and 9-figure federal work, right? What feels different about 2026 in the IT world?
Well, I think 2026 is having some federal contracting shifts. So two big realities are colliding at the same time. First, agencies are leaning harder on large government-wide contract solutions. So best-in-class vehicles, because they're wanting faster ordering and a more vetted industrial base, as well as just trying to comply with the sort of executive order to like not waste taxpayers' money, right? Second, Oasis Plus is out. The program is moving into a model that supports a sort of continuous on-ramping. So instead of waiting many years to get into that on-ramp window, qualified firms can pursue admission as long as the program stays open.
Gotcha. Okay, so this isn't a submit fast and pray environment anymore then?
Exactly. It's less about racing this one-time deadline like soup, and it's more about being ready with the strongest score and the cleanest documentation that you can have when you submit.
Gotcha. Okay. So most IT firms think, we just need Alliant or we just need soup, right? Why is that thinking incomplete in 2026?
Okay, because agencies don't buy IT services, right, in isolation. They buy like outcomes. They're looking for something. So here's the nuance. Oasis Plus is a federal services vehicle, right? It's professional services. But professional services often include technology as an enabler of the mission. So if your IT capabilities support a bigger outcome like operational efficiency, automation, analytics, governance, modernization, integration, program execution, that work often gets bought as a part of a broader service requirement or as part of a broader service requirement.
Which means that firms that stay in the narrow IT only lane can miss where the money is moving, right?
Right. You do not abandon your IT vehicles that you're on if you're on IT vehicles, and you don't abandon like planning to get on them when they open up 5-8 years from now. But you build a smarter portfolio that matches how these agencies are buying, and how agencies are buying is changing. A lot of it's moving to Oasis Plus. I'm telling everybody it's a good idea to get on there if you can.
Right. So let's demystify Oasis Plus, and then we'll put a link here in the top window. We just had a really good video that's talking about Oasis Plus and kind of the changes that are happening. So we'll link that here in the description in the top right corner of the video. What actually determines whether you get in, Sarah, in Oasis Plus?
Okay, so at the master contract level, right, getting on the vehicle, it comes down to qualification scoring and then submitting proof. So the GSA is very, very clear about the qualifying thresholds. Unrestricted, it's going to be a point-based system. 45 total, you need 42 to get on. If you are a small business or in any of these set-asides, you are going to need 36 points generally. There is a lot of different domains and a lot of different set-asides, and some of those points are a little different. So you don't want to like say that you need to read the instructions, or you need someone like us to help you read the instructions. But basically, you don't get credit just because you say something really well here. You get credit because you can document it. So you need to be able to document those points, calculate those points, and then give your points some padding in case they don't like your documentation. You just like don't not get on it, right? So if they want 36 points, give them 38. Give them 39. Yep. Give them as many points as you can.
Yeah. So the theme here, I say, would be then just like evidence beats eloquence in this case, right?
So exactly. And one of the easiest ways that companies accidentally miss the points is that they don't understand value thresholds. So annualized value. So let's say that you have a $5 million contract that you did over 10 years. That's not $5 million a year. So if you plug that in wrong, you're going to get a lot different points. That's $500K a year, right? So that single math mistake or single misunderstanding of how to plug that information in can take a really great project and completely non-qualify you for the track that you're targeting. So kind of understanding how to fill in those score sheets and understanding what they're looking for with precision and detail. And that's where we help people as well.
Yeah, yeah, we've helped a lot of people over this couple months trying to get through in Oasis Plus. All right, so how do companies position themselves to actually win the $1 million plus federal contracts using this new ecosystem that's happening in 2026?
Okay, 3 moves. Reframe what you sell without misrepresenting it. So don't present IT like a menu of labor categories. Present it as a mission outcome: speed, resilience, automation, decision advantage, reduce risk, measurable performance, right? And then fill in your real gaps with real partners. So teaming can be strategic, especially if you're going to be short on some of the qualifying experiences or the capacity indicators or the required systems and certifications, right? You have to be legitimate, obviously, real roles, real execution, real documentation, but having partners can really, the right partners can help you really like sort of shine on Oasis Plus. And then,
Sure.
yeah, build for what evaluators can verify very quickly: certifications, documented systems, clean project write-ups, consistent data, accurate calculations, right? The best technical teams still lose if your paperwork doesn't match.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's not complexity wins, right? It's verifiable capability that the government's looking for.
Yeah, verifiable capability, basically.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, let's talk about what blocks companies in 2026, right? What would you say that would be?
Okay. Well, we see a lot of people having cybersecurity compliance issues sometimes and efficiency pressures. So the CMMC, which is a DoD sort of reality check here, those requirements are rolling out in phases, and the DoD has explicitly started phased implementation that focus on level 1 and level 2 assessments. So if DoD work is in your plan and your task orders involve controlled unclassified information, your CMMC roadmap will matter. When CMMC, we'll just say that a lot of times, shows up in the RFP that you're bidding, it's kind of too late to start planning. Like, so you need to have your CMMC stuff done ahead of time. And then there's this like crazy efficiency pressure going on right now, right? Agencies are under constant pressure to do more with less. That means they're buying outcomes. Automation. They like automation right now. So bodies and seats isn't going to win, right? Not anymore.
So the message is then sell measurable results, not just headcount, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and know what the government's looking for.
Yep, 100%. All right. So what does preparation look like for winning firms then in 2026 in the IT world?
Okay. Well, especially for like Oasis Plus, it's going to go scorecard first, not proposal first. So here's your workflow.
Right.
Audit all your projects and calculate your annualized value correctly. Then match your projects to the right track and domain in Oasis Plus, and then gather the verification and the supporting documents that you need, gather them early, and then submit when your score is real, defensible, and consistent, right? And most of the pain is not strategy. It's going to be administrative errors, right? It's mismatched numbers, inconsistent entries, missing support. Oasis Plus is not like government marketing speak magic. It's type A documentation, tick, tick, tick magic. It's, you want to be just administratively really tight.
Yeah, no, 100%. Right. Great. And again, like that could be a little bit brutal, but the opportunity's there. And, if the opportunity cost is massive, if you actually aren't good at those things. So again, we have other videos on the channel that talk a little bit more about just general, and I think we go more in depth into that too. All right. So let's say, Sarah, we help somebody win. Again, we've been helping companies win these past couple of months who are, getting on Oasis Pluses. That's the future of what we see right now in government contracting, right? They say, hey, we've had a couple calls where like, hey, I don't have to win any more government contracts, right? I'm on Oasis Plus. Is that the case?
No, we have had some misunderstandings. So Oasis Plus is a contract vehicle. So it's not the payday, right? It's the license to get to the payday.
Right.
So then your fight becomes task orders. So let's say that you get on Oasis Plus. That's a win, but you haven't really won anything. Not really, not nothing substantial. You've won
Yeah.
opportunity like to win. Like you're in the building now where the games are played so that you can win the money. So it's going to be like, then they put out task orders, right? And then you have to write to those task orders and submit the information needed for those task orders, right? For Oasis Plus, the GSA is clear. Task order notifications run through eBuy, right? So that means that you need disciplined eBuy monitoring, fast proposal operations and short turnarounds, and pricing discipline at that task order level.
Gotcha. Okay, so in 2026, then speed plus compliance is what beats brilliance, I guess, in a way.
Compliance, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you have to pay attention to your. I mean, if you get on these vehicles, you still have to pay attention. Like, they're not just going to be like, "Hello, thanks for getting on Oasis Plus a couple months ago. We have a job for you." You know, it's just not how it works. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, you're good. I mean, it's good for people to understand that too, because we don't want any misconceptions, and I think that it still work, right? And that's why companies still work with us after they've been on Oasis Plus, because you still have to get stuff done. All right. So if you're an IT professional or a company that does professional service in the IT world, right, and you're trying to break into or scale past that $1 million in federal contracts in 2026, the rules aren't harder, but they are way more system driven, right? Oasis Plus isn't the only path, but it's definitely going to be a major path. And documentation, as we love, as Sarah loves, documentation is king, right? So Sarah, any final thoughts?
Other than that, paperwork is my superpower? No. The winners in 2026, they're just not going to be like great with technology. They're going to be the most prepared contractors with the cleanest proof. So that's if you want that to be you, that's what you need to do. And if you need help, we're here to help you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll help you with scoring, positioning, and building compliant submission strategies that and that's kind of what we do. All right. Well, then we'll see you guys in the next video.